Gas-powered equipment versus battery-powered equipment, some of the pros and cons. I want to show you some of the equipment that I have and just talk to you about, practically speaking, what I do with my equipment and where I prefer gas, where I prefer battery, and some of the things that I've noticed and the improvements that I have definitely seen on the battery side. Today's video is sponsored by Yardbook. I run a lawn care business, and I think I've just finished my 17th year in lawn care, and since 2015 I've been using Yardbook to run my business. If you need a software for your business, go to yardbook.com and sign up for a free account. All right, here's just some of the equipment I have. I just try to bring a little bit of a selection out here that's battery and some that's gas. So I've got a string trimmer, one gas, one battery. I got a blower, one battery, one gas, and got a chainsaw, one battery, one gas. So I'm an ambassador from Milwaukee, so most of the battery equipment I've had is Milwaukee. I've tried some other things as well, but most of that I'm familiar with is a Milwaukee brand, and products were provided for me over time from Milwaukee. This is a Husqvarna. This is a 322L. This is a gas-powered trimmer. This is the 2-battery string trimmer from Milwaukee. The little you got the little single battery blower from Milwaukee. This is a Red Max. I think this is, what is this? 5150, EBZ 5150. So there's like at least 3 bigger ones than that, I believe. So that's like a mid-size, I would say. And then you got the chainsaw there, Milwaukee chainsaw, and then a Stihl MS-170. So string trimmers, let me just tell you my experience with them. I don't think it's a secret to say that the battery technology has come a long way, and there's a lot more battery equipment out there. And there were some answers to questions that were tough for the lawn care business, or just lawn care people in general, even as a homeowner. And things like how many batteries do I have to have? You know, if you're out there mowing lawns all day, and let's just say you're using a battery string trimmers, you know, how long is the battery gonna last? How many batteries I have to have on my truck to get me through the day? How fast can I recharge the batteries? And there's been some serious advancements on those areas, but some of the companies I've been exposed to, they definitely want these to be solutions for the lawn care industry and not just a homeowner. So they're trying to develop answers and are doing so. So things like battery life and how fast you can recharge the battery makes a big deal to these companies. So with that being said, that is one of the challenges that you face with the battery equipment, is it does require the battery. Of course, the benefit is it does not require gas, and a lot of the things that go along with a gas-powered engine, like some of the repairs that can be required with that. So on these string trimmers, this dual battery Milwaukee is actually significantly more powerful than the Husqvarna. Now, I love this Husqvarna trimmer, and I've been using Husqvarna trimmers for, I don't know, 15 years almost, and that's my go-to brand that I use when it comes to a gas-powered string trimmer, and I like this one. I'm just telling you, from a power comparison, there's really no comparison. Now, this is not Husqvarna's most powerful trimmer, so it's not necessarily an apples-to-apples comparison. The point I'm trying to make is, it's not like, oh, when I get this Milwaukee battery one, is it going to be underpowered? No, actually, if I'm trying to cut down something serious at my house, I've got some overgrown stuff. If I'm doing that, then this is definitely the one I'm going with, this Milwaukee dual battery. It is got, I wouldn't say too much power, but it's got a turtle and a rabbit as far as the power go. I put it on turtle, and it is plenty enough power, more than I need, to be honest with you, in most situations. So if I'm talking about this, I'm like, power, definitely got that. And of course, you can get a gas trimmer that's got serious power as well. But the advantage of this is the Husqvarna one is lighter, and that does make a difference to me. Now, you can get a strap and put on one if you want to do that, but also Milwaukee has a single battery one that they just came out with, and I think personally that will be something that I would use more, because the battery is some added weight. So the single battery one's going to be lighter and not as much power, but again, I don't necessarily need all the power this one provides, unless I'm in certain situations where it's overgrown. So I actually use both of these. It just depends on the situation. The downside of the battery one is I do have to stop sometimes and go back and replace the battery, which and the battery doesn't last near as long as a tank of gas. But I do love the noise level on the battery one as compared to the gas one, which is obviously louder. And I love that there's no, getting it to start is very easy. You push the button and it goes. So there's some benefits to both sides of them. But I think sometimes just trying to solve a misconception out there that, oh, that's battery powered, it's going to be really weak. That's definitely not the case, specifically with this particular trimmer. When we talk about these blowers, again, depends on the situation. I run a weed control and fertilization business, and in my business, I carry this particular blower right here on the back of my truck. Now, what do you think? What is that needed for on a weed control and fertilization business? Sometimes I might be out there spreading fertilizer, and I use the little shield on the side of the fertilizer spreader to try to keep from throwing it in the sidewalk. But sometimes you make a mistake, whatever happens. I mean, even occasionally you might spill some extra fertilizer on the grass, and what you can do is you can take your blower and blow it and disperse the fertilizer pellets in the yard, or if you're gonna blow it off the sidewalk. Now, I'm not blowing every yard, but in those situations, I don't necessarily need the biggest backpack blower on the market. So that Milwaukee blower, handheld blower, fits on the back of my truck. I don't have to worry about cranking it. I used to carry a gas one, I don't anymore. I think this is a perfect solution for my application there, where I need something light, something quick. I don't need that much power, and the battery lasts a while in that situation. And actually, this one has got some pretty serious power for a handheld blower. It's very impressive. Now, this is a mid-size Red Max, and I love Red Max blowers. That's, to be honest with you, the blower I've always used when it comes to a gas-powered blower. I don't know that I've ever switched to another brand. I've tried other brands, but I love the Red Max. I think they're extremely durable. Same situation as far as the noise level. Obviously, the battery is going to be quieter, and Milwaukee and others have come out with backpack blowers that are battery as well. They're going to have more power. Speaking of noise level, helicopter interrupting the video. No respect. So like this time of year, it's fall, and if I'm out here blowing a bunch of wet leaves, I'm typically going to go with a bigger blower there and the gas powered one. I put my ear covers on and block out the noise, or have some kind of Bluetooth going, and I'm happy as can be. But again, in my situation, if I'm just doing some light blowing, or I'm out there doing weed control and fertilization, need to blow up the sidewalk, I carry this one with me. I don't carry that one on the truck. Chainsaws, again, you can get gas-powered chainsaws that are more powerful, less powerful. In my experience, I'm not a professional tree guy or anything like that, but sometimes I need a chainsaw. And when I'm using these, I typically go for the battery one, just because chainsaw is not something I want to use a lot, and I don't want to try to get it to crank. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever had trouble getting this steel to crank, and I really like this chainsaw, Stihl MS-170. And cranks right up even after sitting for a long time. I do use fuel stabilizer, which I think helps. But this one, again, operates quieter. The battery, it goes through batteries pretty quickly, because this thing is using a lot of power, a lot more than, you know, say a blower would. Again, it's not, in my situation, I'm not going to be out there cutting trees all day. So if I just need to come cut up a tree, or have something fall on my property and I need to cut it up, I'm typically going to grab the battery one for the convenience of it, the noise level. I like that too, because I'm not a tree expert. I occasionally get the saw stuck in the tree and may have a second saw to get the first saw out of the tree, at which case sometimes the second saw gets stuck as well, and then I've got a real situation on my hands. Now, there's a lot of other applications out there. I've got pole saw, battery pole saw, battery hedge trimmers. I think things like that, just to be honest with you, that you're not using that long. I love the battery, and I love it for a lawn care business, because you're not using it all the time. You know, if I today was out running a lawn care business, at this point, I probably would have a battery powered hedge trimmers, gas string trimmer, gas edger to deal with that at this point. I think if you're gonna go battery, you can do it one of two ways. You can either just go all in on battery, say I'm all in on battery, I got the battery system, I got plenty of batteries, I'm all in on battery. And that is a strategy, and I think that can definitely work, especially with some of the products that are out there now. Or you can do like gas string trimmer, gas mower, and then do battery on some of the equipment like we're talking about, chainsaw, pole saw, hedge trimmers, things of that nature that you're not going to be using quite as much. This is not a gas versus battery experiment, but even for me doing weed control and fertilization, I've switched almost exclusively to battery powered sprayers. So when I'm using little 2-gallon handheld sprayers, they're battery powered. I've had battery powered backpack sprayers, things of that nature. I love Again, you don't have to use gas on the other ones, but I don't have to pump it up. So the battery applications are definitely helpful in that situation. You know, we're gonna see what happens with the mowers. There's, of course, battery powered mowers on the market right now. I'm not talking about just little mowers that go around like a robot in your yard. I'm talking about big mowers that are out there. I know the companies are conscious of the price point. Got battery technology, got autonomous technology, got semi-autonomous technology. So all these things are coming, and it'll be interesting to see. I think what happens is homeowners start using it, lawn businesses start using it, they figure out what they don't like, what they do like. The manufacturers can adapt and can provide better solutions for us as the end user, and that's great. I think that's a healthy balance there, because you know, not every tool is perfect for every user. If I was running a mowing business, I'd have this big gas powered blower on my truck. Me running a weed control and fertilization business, I've got the little battery blower on my truck. So it just depends on the situation. Love to hear from you. If you've got gas and battery equipment, what do you prefer, benefits of them, which ones do you have? Is there one that you really like, really don't like? And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I wanted to mention the Lawn Care Life Conference. We're running that back again in February. You can go to lawncarelife.com and click on the conference link, see the speakers, the dates, buy the general admission ticket, buy the VIP ticket. All the details are there. And I'd love to see many of you there. I have another great event planned for that. Also, if you want to get a weed control and fertilization like me, go to lawncarelife.com and check out the Weed Control and Fertilization Academy, or the price and charge other resources at lawncarelife.com. Or hang around here and watch some more videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.